What's up? What's up? What's up? Give me a few seconds to get this thing all set up. This is not working exactly what I wanted it to. Hello, guys. Hello. Who's watching and where are you from? Who's watching and where are you from? What's up, guys? What's up? I'm trying to figure out how I can see the chat. For some reason, can't see the chat yet. May have to switch this. If anybody's even done any chats. Streaming status is bad. Hi, guys. How are you doing? How are you doing? Oh, there we go. Hey, Brandon. You're in Michigan right now? What's up, Big Daddy Pat? What's up, Ronald? How are you guys doing? I don't know if this chat is showing me 100% up to date or not, but I'm trying to figure everything out. What's up, guys? Thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us. Today I was just hauling what we call export or just dirt. Everything is going freaking awesome so far with the business and everything. Everything's been going pretty sweet. I just finished out today with 9 hours on the ticket. I actually wanted to show you guys something that I just got that I hadn't showed you guys since I, started or whatever. I'm just going to block this out. That way you don't see 100% everything. But this is what a truck ticket looks like, basically. The computer is all reversed. I don't know how to reverse that computer, so everything looks backwards. Anyways, these are tickets right here, and what they do is you can keep track of your time and where you delivered and everything. So I got a few of these big books, and there's 3 pages per one. Yeah, I hear you, Brandon. I'm ready to park my truck too. Hey, thanks, Casey. Thanks. Yeah, so finally the YouTube channel just got monetized. So that's a super plus for me. Like, I had been waiting for that for, I can't even say how long I've been waiting for that to happen. Probably like 3 or 4 months now. But finally. What happened with the DOT, Ronald? I know they love to mess with people. They love to mess with people. Yeah, everything's going good. Yesterday I got a haircut. I don't know if you guys can tell. I needed it big time. It was definitely time for me to get a haircut. things have been going really sweet so far with the business. So after the vacation, one thing that I wanted to tell you guys, a lot of times what happens is when you go on like vacation or you take a day off or 2 days off, it ends up being more time off than what you expect, you know, because you're not in the swing of things. No new tools from the junkie, unfortunately. Maybe we can get him to send me one of those Milwaukee's or something. That'd be sweet. But yeah, no new tools recently. But you know, he was so freaking awesome at sending me all those things because, you know, it just changed everything, you know, in my learning curve. You know, it helped me out a lot. Yeah, too bad you didn't own the truck. You would have made a killing. I seen this. I was working. Oh, okay. So I wanted to tell you guys, don't ever haul like brush or anything like that. It is so annoying. Like, you see that scratch I got on my arm right there? That was from some brush I was hauling. Like, when you go to tilt it up, it gets jammed up in the tailgate unless you got a high lift gate, and not fun. I had to take my chainsaw, you know, trying to get the stuff out of there. I probably wasted a good hour trying to unload the truck. But I was doing a good deed though, so I feel good about it. Anyways. Yep, everything's going good. Another day, another dollar, man. And for all you guys that are just joining us today, I worked 9 hours on the ticket. That's pretty good. So, okay, so ask some questions. Ask away on the questions. Yeah, Big Daddy. Yeah. Yeah, he was supposed to send me some stickers. He never got around to that yet. We're gonna have to get him to send some stickers out. But yeah, no new tools yet. No new tools. That's okay though. Pretty soon. Actually, I don't know if we're gonna do it anytime soon, but I can't remember if I told you guys or not. My grandpa and I have decided to buy a backhoe, and it's this old. I know, guys, it's old. I have a thing with buying old stuff. I'm a sucker for buying old broken stuff and trying to fix it. Yeah, those Macs, they do take a beating. I know there's a big company over here that uses nothing but Macs, and they got a lot of work. But oh yeah, so I was saying, me and my grandpa, we're buying this backhoe, and it's an old JCB backhoe. We got it for, I think we're paying $3,000 for it or something like that. It runs, it starts, everything works on it, except for, you know, a lot of the stuff is old and needs to be replaced. Like 90% of the hoses have got to be replaced. But the engine, man, that thing just purrs, man. We started it up and it purrs. I'm not going to tell you guys how we started. Okay, maybe I will. So me and my grandpa, we went over there to look at it, right? And there's no key. The ignition was kind of broke, right? So we went over there, and the thing hadn't been started in like 4 years, 4 or 5 years. It's been a long time since it's been started and ran. So we got over there. We hot wired the fuel pump to be on, like, so we could just clip like an alligator clip onto the ignition, and it would immediately turn on the fuel pump. And then we jumped it with my grandpa's car at the same time, squirted a little bit of starting fluid in the intake, and then I took these pliers, right, and jammed it into the starter and the solenoid and opened it up so it would connect. And we got it going. Like I just, and then it just fired right up, and it would just purred, man. The thing sounded so good. But then the pliers got kind of hot, and you guys won't be able to tell because it's pretty much gone now, but I burnt my fingers on the pliers because it had gotten hot from starting it. Yeah, you can't even see but like my skin was like sizzled where I touched the pliers. But yeah, we got it going. But then one of the hoses blew on it, one of the hydraulic hoses, and then the hoe went down, so we couldn't load it on the trailer I was borrowing from one of my customers. But the good thing is he said I can borrow the trailer whenever, so that's good news. So yeah, my grandpa's gonna see if he can take that hose off and get a new one for it. Okay, so Casey, I'm gonna read your question. Don't mind me asking, but so far, are you making a decent living with your truck so far, or are you just breaking even? Okay, so that's a great question, Casey. And I'm sure a lot of people want to know this, and I'm gonna keep the numbers kind of rounded. I'm gonna round the numbers just a little bit. I'm not gonna totally tell you guys everything because I just can't, but I'm going to tell you mostly everything. So basically, so far the first month, May, with everything that we did in the QuickBooks, we were able to find out that May was the first month with all the expenses and everything. We kind of, the QuickBooks says we broke even, but it's kind of skewed. I don't know if you understand the term skewed, but like what happened is because we input all of the expenses from previous months into May. So May we broke even. So far this month, I think we've only had like roughly $3,000 worth of expenses this month, and $1,700 was fuel. $700 was like insurance, and then some other things that we bought. So this month was the first time I paid myself. I paid myself $2,500, and that is basically enough to cover my rent and everything, all my bills and everything. It's not enough for me to like go out to eat or anything like that. And the reason I didn't pay myself more than that is because my wife and I's goal, like as you guys know, we've done everything on cash, no debt, no credit, or nothing like that. So what we're doing is we're building what we call an emergency fund. And my wife and I have decided we want to have, you know, $20,000 to $40,000 in an account, in a business account, for running the business. And for, you know, we're going to have day breakdowns, and we're going to have time where I don't work, there's no work, you know, so we want to have $20,000 to $40,000 cash in the business account. But so I haven't really paid myself per se. I mean, I paid myself enough to pay for my bills and stuff and get us, you know, through the next month. But I will say there are a few cash jobs I did for some friends, you know, and that was kind of like our spending money, you would say. Just you know, we went out to eat with some friends and one time, but we were doing very well, very well. Like I've been looking at the QuickBooks and stuff, and if things keep going the way they're going, we're doing really well. We're very blessed, and it really, like, I want to say all the sacrifices that I've made and that you guys have seen me make, you know, working late nights, you know, when I was working full-time driving tanker truck and then coming home and fixing the dump truck and working on it every single day, I would not change it for the world. Like all those sacrifices, all those hard times I went through, you know, the endless grind, the working late nights, it pays off, guys. It so pays off. And if you are like on the brink of doing anything like this, just do it, man. Just do it. It's so worth it. You know, and the first few months are going to be tough. But if you just keep telling yourself that, then when it happens, it doesn't feel as bad. It doesn't feel as hard. So, yeah, thanks for subscribing, man. And anytime you have a question, man, don't be afraid to ask. I'm pretty good at responding, I would say, to most of the comments and stuff like that. We're getting up there in subscribers, so it's getting kind of tough for me to keep up with everything. But most of the time, I'll still respond. You know, if I'm not busy, I just love interacting with you guys. It's so cool, you know, to experience other people that want to go through what I went through. You know what I mean? And I'm still going through. And, you know, it's super cool. So yeah. So any more questions, type them in the chat, guys. Type them in the chat. I want to see your questions. Questions, comments, complaints, everything. I want to see it all. I want to see it all. What is this pop out chat? What is that? Oh, whoops. Okay, I'm back. I want to know what you guys want to know. Tell me, what are some video ideas? What do you guys want to see? That's another thing I want to know. What do you guys want to see? Oops. So, okay, so my truck, I've had one breakdown so far. And I was very lucky, right? So I was on an on-site job and I had worked 7 hours, I want to say 7 hours. And okay, I'm getting to that, Dave. So I was on a job. I've only had one breakdown. I was on a job. It was an on-site job. That means I was hauling from one end of the warehouse to another end, right? And I had done 30 loads, which is a lot of loads. That's a lot of wear and tear, you know. And so I was on this load, right, trying to lift it up, and it only went to the first stage. Like the box only went to the first stage, which is like this steep, right? And you ain't dumping nothing out that steep. So I was backed up, slammed on the brakes, you know, and dumped some stuff out. And then I was able to get it up a little bit higher, you know, did the same rinse and repeat kind of thing. And then Maltby, no, I wasn't in Maltby, but I was driving with a Maltby truck the other day. I'll get to that some other time. Anyways, yeah, so it wouldn't go up all the way, right? And then the last load, it would not go up past the first stage. So they had to dig the box out with the excavator. They had to dig out the dirt, and then I could lift it up all the way. And then I went immediately to a shop, right? I signed out 7 hours. I gave them a half an hour or an hour. I can't remember what I gave them because my truck broke down, just to, you know, kind of soften the blow a little bit. So I went immediately to a shop, and we figured out what the problem was. The cable was out of adjustment for the lever, right? So it wasn't the detent. There's a detent on the hydraulic valve, and it wasn't going all the way into the position. So it was allowing the pressure to be bypassed. So that's why I wasn't lifting it. So we adjusted it, and then I was also underneath the truck changing the U-joints, as you guys know, and I had found that the cable for the lever was actually rubbing up against the U-joint, which somehow I overlooked it. I don't know how I overlooked it, but the U-joint had rubbed a little bit of the cable, and it rubbed through a little bit. So I think that's what caused it to come out of adjustment. I'm not positive, but I got that zip tied out of the way now. So everything is freaking amazing now. Everything's working flawless. So yes. Yeah, it's a screamer, man. The truck is working good. I already told you guys I got an exhaust on there. It's been really good to me. I can't complain. Other than the fact that it drinks the oil, you know, but you know, it's a Detroit, you know, so what are you gonna do? No, I wasn't in Maltby though, but so I was working with a Maltby truck, Maltby Excavating, I think that's the company or something like that. And the guy, I probably shouldn't say this. I didn't really get along with the guy that well. Like the guy, let me just put it this way. This is what his attitude was. I've been dump trucking for 25 years. You don't know a dang thing. You know, that's basically what his attitude was. And, you know, he ended up that he was wrong and, you know, I was right. And he didn't even say sorry or nothing. You know, he didn't acknowledge the fact that he was wrong. That's the kind of attitude he had. But anyways, that's his deal, not mine. But yeah, that was a good day. That was a really good day. So what other questions you guys got? Come on, give me some questions. Type it in the chat right over there. Thanks for joining us, guys. Thanks for joining us. Okay, so how many hours or how many miles? So the odometer reads 490,000, but it doesn't work. There's an hours on it, and it reads 72 hours or 72,000 hours or something like that. I think it's 72,000 or 72 something. Maybe it's 7,200. I don't know. I don't really know how to read the hour thing yet. But I just put a hub meter, like a hub odometer meter on the front hub. And since I did that, we've only gone 1,200 miles. No, I haven't got any shock for the drop axle yet, brother. But I will say this. That pothole that I hit that caused the drop axle to shimmy, that's the only pothole in all of Washington that causes it to do that. Like today, I ran over, I don't know how many potholes. I can't even say how many potholes I ran over today. And it didn't even shake 1 second. So I think it's just the way that pothole is kind of formed that it just throws it out of alignment. I got a Eaton 13 speed, Dave. Eaton Fuller 13 speed. But the splitter for high and low is kind of finicky. I can't shift into high and low while I'm shifting gears. I can only shift high and low while I'm in a gear. Okay, Rodriguez, Mr. Rodriguez. Yeah, I agree with that. The guys that talk the most usually don't. Okay, let me just tell you how this guy started the conversation. When I walked up to him, I was like, hey, you know, how you doing? You know, he's like, oh, great. Would you come from Swift or something? And I'm like, what? Are you kidding me, dude? I drove tanker truck for 4 years. I didn't come from Swift. You know, so he immediately started off the conversation by trying to insult me, you know? And then like I lapped this dude, right? I lapped him. And I went up to him, I said, hey, you know, I'm just curious, what route did you go? And he's like, I went the right route. You guys aren't supposed to go through this town or this city because there's weight limits and weight restrictions. And I said, I didn't go through that. I went on this highway and I took this road and there's no signs. Oh, you just wait till you get an overweight ticket. And then I went and I took pictures of the road, you know, showing that there was no signs. And I went back and he was following me. He followed me the next time. And he didn't even have the nerve to come up to me and say, oh, yeah, I guess you're right. You know, I guess we can go that way. You know, he friggin' went this long, but he went, you guys won't know where it is. Anyways, he went this roundabout way to get where we were going, and he was totally wrong. And he looked like an idiot because he told me I was retarded. You know, I was going to get a ticket or something. But let me catch up on the chat. Hey, thanks for checking us out, Casey. Have a good one. Have a good one, brother. Brandon, trust me, brother. We have a lot of potholes here, man. They need to take all the funding that goes to the roads. For some reason, it doesn't go to the roads. It gets spent, you know, I don't know what the government does with it. It doesn't go to repairing the roads because the roads ain't very good out here. I mean, they're okay, but like there's some places the roads are ridiculous, you know. And trust me, that truck shakes me to death. Like my back is, you know, sore after every day because most trucks, the newer trucks, they have on the back of the cab, they're mounted with an airbag and shocks. Mine isn't mounted that way. Mine has just a rubber puck in between the cab and the frame, and that's it. Just 3 rubber pucks. So it shakes, you know, you guys seen the live stream videos. That's a good question, Dave. What the brand is? I don't know the brand. But I will say this, if you go on to the video and if you click on the description, I believe there's a link on that video that will take you right to it. I only paid like $100 for those lights, by the way. And that was one of the best $100 I ever spent. But yeah. Oh, yeah, so the family vacation. Let me get to that. Let me get to the family vacay. Okay, so the first day we left here, it was pretty much all driving. And then we got there, and then we just chilled in the house, and we just kind of relaxed because 9 hours of driving does that to you. Yeah, everyone was showing up, so we pretty much just, you know, just chilled out. Dan Fahowie, half a gallon to a gallon. Anyways, so we got there. We just chilled out. The second day, what did we do the second day? That's the day we went. Oh, we went and walked through all the shops. We walked through the shops and we had some ice cream. Her parents bought us some ice cream. And then, was that the farmer's market that day? No, that was the next day. Okay, then the next day, we went to the farmer's market, which is kind of cool. And then we went kayaking, as you guys seen on the video. And after the kayaking was really fun, by the way. But I did get a blister. I don't know if you guys can see. I got a blister from kayaking. Yeah, my wife didn't get any blisters. She said it's because she's tougher than me. I think it's just because she didn't do any paddling. Anyways, hey, no hitting. So yeah, we went kayaking, and then that night we went to the hot springs, which was super cool because I've never been to hot springs before, right? So they had 3 levels basically of hotness, right? They had the super hot, the medium hot, and then the you know, kind of
Cool. Yeah.
the cooler. They were all hot to me. Like I got in the medium one and I felt like I wasn't getting into a jacuzzi, which is super hot for me because I'm really sensitive to the skin for heat and stuff. So I got into about my knee level and I said, this is too hot. So I got in the very coldest section, right? And I chilled in there for about 15 minutes. And then I was able to hop in the middle section, right? And I was able to be fine in there. And then I went to the super hot section and I was only in there for 5 minutes max. My skin was tingling. Like I thought my skin was going to boil off or fall off. It was so hot. Then the next day, this would be like Thursday. Thursday, what did we do? Oh, I went to go to see a museum, but the museum was closed due to lack of volunteers. So we ended up not doing that. Well, we explored, you know. And then that was the day we had
And half of us went to the garden.
Oh, yeah. And then my wife went to this garden, and she said it was pretty cool. It's probably really girly, not my level.
So then all the kids, but pony rides.
Dang, Brandon, that's a lot of weight. 120,000 legal. Yeah. Yeah, no, you're serious. That does become a crater. See, they don't. We just haul. We don't haul double trailers. We got the truck and a trailer. The motor that's in my Highboy, I believe it's a 390, and it's just pretty much stock. It's actually, well, it may have a bumped up carburetor, like aftermarket Edelbrock carburetor. But that's probably it. And I don't know if we're gonna get like what kind of trailer, Dave? Like a pup trailer or a flatbed trailer? See you later, Rondell. Man, that's a lot of weight. Yeah, see, we can in Washington we can only do 105,500 max. But yeah, so we went to the garden. She went to the garden, and after that we didn't do anything. Oh yeah. We went and
all the kids went on a pony ride.
Yeah, my son went on a pony ride. It wasn't a pony, it was a horse.
Yeah.
There were horses. My son went on a horse ride, and my wife accused me of hitting on the lady that was pulling the horse.
I think she was showing off to you.
My wife says she was showing off to me, apparently. I don't know. I don't get it.
She is pretty.
My wife says she was pretty.
No, I'm not surprised, and he is handsome.
Anyways, she showed me how to use a lasso. Like I was doing a lasso. That was pretty cool. I learned how to do that, which I've never done. And yeah, my wife, I think that's what made her jealous, was her doing that with me. You know, show me how to do the lasso thing.
Well, it was not me, because I wanted to do it.
Yeah, she wanted to do it apparently with me, but she didn't. And then the next day, Friday was the rough day. We got hangry. If you guys know what that is, when you don't eat or drink something for a period of time and you get angry, grumpy, or, you know, really irritable. My wife and I both, we kind of went at it a little bit, you know. Anyway, so mainly because we couldn't find the restaurant we were supposed to meet at. They were supposed to give us an address. They never gave us an address. So we went back to the house to pack our stuff so we could head home that day. And then we ate at the restaurant. The restaurant was super cool. So if you're ever in Idaho, visit in McCall, visit the Christmas House. The Christmas House restaurant. They have cinnamon rolls that will put Cinnabon out of business. They're like this big, cinnamon roll. It was freaking good. And the pancakes are like this big. I don't know how they make them that big without, you know, making it, you know, messed up. They make pancakes this big. Insane. Then we went to we were going to go to the beach, the lake, beach, same thing. It had like sand. And, oh yeah, we got there, changed our clothes. We got down to the lake, and then boom, this thunderstorm came out of nowhere, right? Like I just got my toes wet basically. And then all of a sudden this wind picked up, and the people that were next to us, they had those tents, you know, the tents with the poles. They weren't tents. They're like some sort of canopy or something. Anyways, they had to pick theirs up and run to the woods because they were getting blown away. Yeah, Mr. Rodriguez. Yeah, that's one for the books. I didn't think I was flirting, but apparently I was flirting. And here's a funny thing, right? So I asked everybody that was there, the adults, I asked them, I said, did you think I was flirting? And nobody said I was flirting except for my wife's brother's wife, right? She's kind of.
So your sister-in-law.
Yeah, my sister-in-law, I guess is what you could call her.
Haley?
Yeah. I wasn't going to name names. Oh. Just in case they watch this. Anyways, she said that, well, here's what happened. So when we first got there, I told my wife, I said, honey, don't let go of Brian because horses are very dangerous. We don't want him getting kicked or something or getting trampled on. And she, you know, she didn't understand me. I didn't tell her the correct way or whatever. I don't know. Anyways, my son, super close to a horse, and I got angry, and I, you know, kind of yelled at her a little bit, which I'm sorry. I didn't mean to yell at you. But it was more of a I'm concerned for my son's safety kind of thing, you know, not like I'm angry at you. I got overworked up. Anyway, she said because I yelled at her and then I was talking nice to a girl that was flirting. So, yeah, whatever. Dave, I want to get a flatbed before I get a pup trailer. And then before I get a pup trailer, I want to get another truck, I think. I think that's kind of the route we're planning on going. There's just so much work for solo trucks that there's really no reason for me to buy a pup trailer for my truck because my truck, it would probably struggle pulling a pup trailer to begin with because it's so old. It would just be so hard on the truck. I don't think it would be good for it. And like right now I'm making, like, just to put it in perspective, we make $115 to $125 an hour. And if you get a pup trailer, then it only bumps it up to like $135 to $140. So it's really not a whole lot more money that you'd be making. And I don't know if it's worth justifying 20 grand to buy a pup trailer. So I'm thinking we're gonna go the equipment route. We'll buy a flatbed, get some equipment, and then we'll get another truck, or I don't know which way. I honestly don't know what's gonna happen. Whatever deals come up that are good deals, that's the way we're going to go, basically. Benton, Arkansas. Try Brown's Country Kitchen. 100 feet buffet of home food. Dang, 100 feet? That's a lot. Yeah, I don't think I've ever been to Arkansas. to be honest with you. My wife's never been either. It'd be fun though. There's lots of places we want to go see, but you know, one of the places I really want to go is back to Peru. I want to go back to Peru for, you know, at least 2 weeks or 3 weeks or something like that, and go explore all the places that I didn't get to see when I was down there a few years ago. Yep.
Oh, I never been there, so it was weird.
Yeah. So tell me so you guys that are watching, so what do you guys do for a living? And what do you like about my channel? Why do you watch my channel? Why do you watch the videos I do? That's what I want to know. Why do you watch them? And what are you trying to get out of my videos? I like to know that kind of stuff. I think it's cool to know.
Well, you don't know my answer?
What's your answer? You don't even watch my videos. No, you don't. All right. Well, nobody's commenting, so I've been on here. How long have I been on here? Does it say? Yeah, I think I'd like to get into the excavating side, Dave. There's just a lot of money to be made, and you know, the thing is when you get into the excavating side of things, you get to load your own truck. So it's kind of like making a monopoly, basically, is what you're doing. Like you are doing everything. So the money isn't going, you know, like in all these different hands. You know what I mean? So that's the main reason why I want to be the guy that's in control of everything. Basically, I'm a control freak. My wife can attest to that.
He is.
Thank you, honey. Thank you for embarrassing me on live.
I mean, no,
live
not.
YouTube.
Sorry,
That's cool, Brandon. That's cool. Yeah, you know, I used to not be very frugal. Like, you know, probably 2 years ago. Probably 2 years ago now.
yeah.
Yeah, probably 2 years ago. Like we were like broke every single after the, you know, by the end of the month we were broke, you know. Okay, we weren't as bad as some people, but like we paid our credit card off every month. That's how we were basically. But we at the end of the month we were left with basically nothing. You know, it just seemed like we broke even every single month, month after month after month. And I finally got to a point where, you know, I just couldn't take it anymore. Like I'm like, I worked this many years and I am no further ahead in life. Like, what am I doing wrong? You know, and then I found out about Dave Ramsey and I looked into that and started following everything he said. And it's completely made my life do a U-turn. Thanks, Dave. Thanks. What do you do at the machine shop? And then, you know, yeah, ever since then, you know, we cut up the credit cards and we just never look back, you know. There's no, like, I mean, when you have money in the bank, you don't need a credit card. You know, they say credit cards are for emergencies, but when you got money, you don't need a credit card, you know. And rich people don't use credit cards, so, you know, figure if you want to be rich, you got to do what rich people do, you know. So it's worked out good for us so far. Can't complain. But, you know, the lifestyle we've chosen, it's definitely not easy. I will say that right now. It's not the easiest lifestyle. You know, I will say it's probably less stressful than living paycheck to paycheck. You know, because you got money, so whenever something happens, you know you're gonna be okay. It's just like, oh, it's another setback, you know. But like, we don't do instant gratification. Like, we don't buy stuff whenever we think about it. You know, we have to think about it long, and then we put it off, and then finally we decide we want to budget it in. You know, at least that's the way we try to do it. Oh, honey. My wife got a haircut. Here, say hi, honey. Come on. Honey.
I want to get sick.
Here's my wife. She's pretty, huh? Here, show me your haircut. Show me your haircut. She got it cut right down to here. Why are you so camera shy, honey? Anyways, I think it looks good on her. Really curly. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna take off. It was fun having you. I have a bank account. That's the only account I have. I got a few bank accounts. That's pretty much it. Yep, no fuel account, no parts account, none of that. All right, guys, don't forget to pound that like button and pound the subscribe button. Yes, I have an accountant. Myself, pretty much. I'm my own accountant. My friend Hannah, she's been helping us do the books. And I have a tax lady who is a CPA, certified public accountant. But she doesn't touch any of my stuff. She's only going to do my taxes at the end of the year. Oh, Vancouver. What part of Vancouver? I used to pick up fuel in Vancouver. Do you like that game? Or is it just something to do when you're bored? All right, guys. I'm going to catch you later. It's getting late. My eyes are fighting to stay open. So I'm going to catch you guys later. And don't forget to pound the like button and subscribe if you're not subscribed. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you later.